Happy Monday. Welcome to Monday ArtSnacks Ink Challenge with me, Toxic Moxie, also known as Meg. If anybody in the chat could let me know if the video is sideways, because I know at the beginning of the last one it was facing the wrong way, because YouTube doesn't like me doing horizontal apparently, but just let me know. It's sideways? All right. I started it the right way, but for some reason, that's okay though. We'll have to just do it vertical again, because it doesn't like me doing it the horizontal way. All right, how about now? Is it better? All right, that's good. I tried to do it horizontally. It's not letting me. I don't know why. All right, well, that's okay. Well, welcome to ArtSnacks Ink Challenge. We are here on Monday night to start a new week of inky goodness with, of course, friendly ghosts, because that's my specialty. All right. So let's get started, because the hour goes by super fast. So welcome. I'm so happy you're here hanging out with me to do some art. All right. Skeleton hands, of course. All right, let's get started. Hope everybody's having a good start to their week so far. Move that up there. I'll probably end up pushing it out of the way, but all right. So I actually have two things to show you guys. So I have, because as I always say, no pressure when it comes to ink challenges, because it's no fun if you pressure yourself. Sometimes you fall behind, and that is perfectly okay. The point is, you're doing art every day, or you're trying your best to do art every day. That's all that matters, and you're having fun. So, with that, prefacing that, this is my prompt from yesterday that isn't done yet. This is the garden gate prompt. I did manage to get the line work done and like the black parts filled in, but that one's not done. So I might lay some ink down on this one during this live stream, but today's prompt is pumpkin patch. And this is my very rough sketch for pumpkin patch. I've got a pumpkin scarecrow, because why not? And of course, all of our pumpkins and our ghosts. So I guess we should probably do today's prompt, because that's what everybody, if anybody's working still on theirs or working alongside this live stream working on theirs for pumpkin patch, we might as well do this one. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Yep, we have all the pumpkins. I think my favorite part of this, though, is my pumpkin patch scarecrow. I was gonna just do a regular scarecrow, and then it turned out I was like, why not put a pumpkin head on it? All right, so we got our sketch, and I just sketched this with, as I showed this the last time, my lavender colored lead in my mechanical pencil. All right, so I guess let's just get right into it and start doing the line work so we can get to inking. And if the line work takes too long, we'll jump into this one so we can actually do some stuff with our actual inks here. All right. So let's get started. So sometimes I will lay down color first and then do my line work. But since I was as you can see, very heavy-handed with this sketch, I'm gonna do my line work first so that I can kind of try to erase all of my scribbles. And I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to erase them all because I pressed very hard into the paper. So we will see. So I'm starting off with my fine liner. Once again, I'm starting off with the 02 size. Let's see, are you using the same 2 colors for every piece? Yes. So I am doing this, the ink, the ArtSnacks Ink challenge. I'm doing it very, like, to the book, testing myself and only using the stuff in the box besides, my mechanical pencil. So I've been doing the same colors every single time. These are the 2 I got. So I think this is, Chinese blue and then a bright red. So those that's the only 2 I've been using this whole time, either mixing those or diluting them down. Let me see. I don't have any of my other pieces. I don't know where I put them because so I don't have them on me because I took the whole cover off of this because I was ruining the cover, bending it backwards, and I wanted to kind of keep it to hopefully bind everything together in like a sketchbook style, like a book. So I don't have any of my other pieces on me right now because I've kind of been, as I finish them, I've been taking them out of here and putting them in a safe place so I don't get them all crumpled and messed up, so I can put them all back together. Yeah. So we're gonna start with one of our fine liners. And as I said last time, I like to start with one of the smaller ones, so I'm doing the 02, just because it is easy, because it's a lot easier to start with a thin line and then thicken it up as I go than to start with a thick line. Kind of hard to make it thinner once you start putting lines down. I need words today. It's Monday. I obviously need more coffee still. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. So just like the last time, I'm going to start off with line work first. And I'm going to try not to be a super perfectionist, because I want to follow my own advice that I keep giving people about how to just have fun and do art. That's the whole point of the challenge. It's not about making masterpiece every day, because that would, I don't know, that takes a lot of time. And I feel like it's more about getting into the habit of just creating and having fun with it, and not about making like this super finished like masterpiece. If you can every day, that's amazing. Like my hats off to you, like this hat. Let's see. Do you mind if we try to draw your adorable little characters in our own ink challenges? Yeah, you can take inspiration from my little ghost. If you want to draw my ghost, that is perfectly fine. You're gonna make me blush, because that's quite a compliment, wanting to draw my little humble characters. Of course, you are allowed to draw whatever you want for the challenge. If you want to take inspiration from my little ghosts, go ahead. That's awesome. Yes, have fun, not frustration. Exactly. Like I said at the beginning, like I'm behind right now, and that's okay. I'm gonna get hopefully both today's and yesterday's all done so I can post them. But I was giving myself a hard time about it at first, and I'm like, I gotta take my own advice. And I keep telling people, just have fun with it. It's okay if you get, you know, behind. There's no behind. Let's put it that way. You can go at your own pace. If you have to skip prompts, that's okay. You gotta do what's gonna keep it fun for you and enjoyable, because if you're super stressed out about it, it's not gonna be fun for you. And then you're definitely not gonna wanna continue doing it. So I'm trying to follow my own advice, because I, you know, didn't finish yesterday's, and that's okay, because I'm gonna finish it today. So I'm just gonna line work my little pumpkin guy. Tracy. Combining prompts is great too. Like, I'm always super impressed when people do that. Like, I've seen people on Instagram that are like combining several different prompt lists at once, like working on several different prompt lists and combining the prompts for each day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is very impressive. He's got a little bit of, I think my scarecrow is stuffed with leaves, because that's definitely not straw. His little hands. All right, and then we got his pocket. And I got one of my little ghosts in the pocket. I'm gonna draw his eyes up a little bit. And I got little stitches. Boop, there we go. He's got some patches on his little overalls. I won't say I'm an expert at drawing overalls, but I will say that they are fun to draw either way. There's one little foot, and then there's another one behind this pumpkin over here, and there's his other part of his stick. Try not to miss anything, because as you can see, I don't know if you can see all of it, but this sketch is a mess. There's a lot of lines here. So I'm trying to do my line work on the lines I actually want. And this little ghost has a matching hat, a little matching top hat. All right, I gotta spin this. All right, let's see. Where do I want to go next? Whenever I'm doing my line work, I'm kind of all over the place. I like do one spot and then I kind of go over to another spot. There's no rhyme or reason to it, really. It's whatever feels good at the time. And this is going to be like my very rough line work, because I'll go in and after I lay the color down, I'll go in and touch it up and make some of the lines thicker, but I'm just trying to get the basic line work in. And we got another little ghost over here sleeping. Here's his little line eyes because he's sleeping. another pumpkin. Got this guy over here. Boop. Boop. Give him his little lines. There we go. This one's got a blep, because why not? There's some grass that got erased over here. All right. He's got a little leaf. All right, and then we got try not to miss anything here. All right. We got his little hands. We got another pumpkin right here. Boop. And last minute, he didn't have a scarf previously, but I thought that it would be very appropriate for him to have a scarf. So I added that on. And I'm very happy I did because I feel like it fits. There we go. He's got a little chubby cheek. Oh, let me draw this pumpkin on his head first. And I'm trying to not be bothered by the fact that I just made that line very shaky, but that's okay. And we got one little eye. And we got his other eye. And his little, there we go. And his little mouth and his fangs, very important. Oh, almost forgot this leaf. All right, we're almost done with the basic line work. All right. We got another little grass over here, and we got a stem. Boop. It's hard to even see where my lines were on this one. Some of these pumpkins, I drew the faces like 10 times. There we go. Boop, boop. All right, I think I got everything for the most part. So now, very carefully, as I say, because I have ripped paper before. Oh, hold on, I erased you. I missed a spot right there. I mean, I'll notice what I missed once I start erasing my line work. So very, very carefully, I'm going to use my very big eraser, and I'm going to erase very gently my line work. And all of it's not going to get erased because, as I said, I press very hard. So I have come to accept the fact that I will have line work that still shows up, or my sketch. That's why I like sketching with like lighter colors like the blue or purple, because at least it's not as noticeable when I can't erase it. I'm just trying to not push too hard because I don't want to rip this paper. I'm going to get eraser shavings all over the place, but that's okay. And obviously all my lines are the same width right now, the same thickness. And I'm gonna switch that up. All right, let's get all this. I'm just gonna brush that on the floor and I will sweep that up after. All right, I think this is as good as it's gonna get, and I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, that did pretty good. All right, so we're gonna do, oh, Brian, I actually have one of those Sumo Grip erasers. I have one that's in a little holder. I also have one of the regular, like, rectangle ones too. I do like those. All right, now it's time to shake, shake, shake. We're gonna shake up our inks. All right, so I'm gonna do the same way I usually do. Couple drips of one color. I'm actually, because I've been making purple with both of these. It can make a really nice blue violet. So I got my blue and I got some blue here. And then I'm gonna do it says bright red, but it looks orange to me, which is perfectly fine because that is perfect for pumpkins. I found that this red, like if I dilute it, which I'm going to do, it kind of looks orange, which I like. And so I squirted blue and orange, or blue and red, and then my red. So I have just this little squeeze bottle that I have water in, and I just use that because it's easy to add water to dilute down my inks. Because just like the line work, I like to start lighter first, because it's a lot easier to start light with color and go darker than it is to start really dark and then try to lighten it up. So I'm just mixing these with my paintbrush and I'm just testing it out. All right, that's a good, let's see, this is what it looks like diluted. And then I'm probably gonna have to play with this one to get the color I want. And that's more of a, needs more red. It's still kind of blue. So I'm gonna do a couple more drops, little at a time. Mix that up. Oh, it's getting there a little bit more. Oop, that's just bubbles. All right, I don't want to go overboard here. All right, mix that up. Let's see what we got. All right, there we go. See, that's what those two look like together. Makes a nice little purple. And what I'm gonna do, because this is kind of really dark, but I wanna save that. Let me see. One of my other things I use is a little eyedropper. So what I'm gonna do, because it makes it really easy to do this, I'm spraying some of that, or squirting some of that in there, and I'm gonna go to my water cup, and I'm just gonna add, I'm gonna lighten this purple up, because I'm gonna use that for shadow. But as I said, I wanna start really light first. So we have the less diluted one there, and then this one, as you can see, now I have that, it's super light. All right, we got that part out of the way. Let's move this. Let's get to this. And I've been using my prompt list behind, because it works pretty well, where I'll put it behind here. So in case I get a little too heavy-handed with my liquid media, if it kind of soaks through, which it hasn't yet, but just in case, I have this barrier. That way I'm not messing up my page behind it. All right, move all my stuff. I've got my little cloth that I use. All right, let's get to it. All right, we're gonna do orange first. So we are just gonna, and I don't have the colors super planned out, although I really like that I just have two, that I kind of like the limited color palette because it makes me think a lot about what colors I want to use where. And honestly, it's been a lot of fun. Oh, I want this part too. So I'm just gonna do really, this is my super watered down red, that to me, it looks orange. It looks a lot more red once if I don't add water to it. But I really like the color it is when I dilute it down with water. All right, and we're just getting some color on our pumpkins. And I'm not being very careful about if I'm in the lines or not, because it's okay if it's a little messy. And I just realized I forgot a line right there, but that's okay. We'll see how far I get without smearing this orange somewhere else. I'm not really like a perfectionist at this stage. I'm just trying to figure out where each color is gonna go. All right, and we need his face. I don't know why I'm caring about not coloring in the eyes, because I'm gonna go in with black. So I'll just, there we go. Trying to think if I want to make, I think I'm going to do the overalls, like the purple. I think that'll look good. And then we'll just do these orange too. I'll probably add some lines or some hatching to distinguish that from his face. It's gonna look like a lot of orange on here, but that's okay. All right, where else do I have? I want these guys. And these I'm probably gonna leave pretty light. So if you're ever laying down your ink, or this works for watercolor too, and you have like too much liquid and you want to pull it up, you just take your brush, and you can take like a cloth, like I have this very stained full of ink cloth, and you can just wipe the excess ink off and then go back in, and you can lift up So pretty much you're drying your brush off, and then you can lift up if you dropped a little bit too much, if it's like super, there's like a big glob of it on there. Woo, that is not in the lines. Like there's like a glob of it. So I just dried off my brush and pulled up that extra bit of liquid on there. And right there too. All right. Oh yeah, don't forget his pumpkin he's holding. Thank you for reminding me. All right. So now, do I want to do, no. I got to be careful because I don't want to, oh, I forgot, look at this. I forgot one of the leaves. All right, let's do. All right, there we go. Looking. All right. So I got to be careful because I don't want, like, a lot of this is still wet and I want to start putting some of my purple, but I don't want to, I got to make sure it's, so what I think I'm going to do while that's drying is we'll go in with one of the thicker, this is the zebra, whoops, that's what it looks like as a little nib. It's not a brush, or I've been using this, okay, this is dry. I've been using this one to do color in bigger areas of black because I do not have a black ink to work with, so I have to be creative. So let's take care of some of these guys while I'm waiting for, because I want to do the overalls next, but I'm waiting for this, for his head to dry a little bit. Another thing I'll do, if I get impatient, I have, I'll take a hair dryer and use that to, like, to dry it faster in between, because I get impatient and I don't want to wait for it to air dry. So I'll just blast it with a hair dryer. I won't put you guys through that on a live stream though. All right, we got all those. I've only smeared it a little bit. We got our little top hat. That's kind of floating, because why not? There we go. This top hat. That's still a little wet, so we're gonna leave that. All right. Well, while we're waiting for that, can go in with this orange very lightly. Oh, We gotta get his tongue, his little blep. All right, and then we're gonna go in and do some blushies. Pull this up because I put too much. There we go. Everybody gets some blushy cheeks. You know how, if you've seen any of my art, you know that I put blushy cheeks on everything. And see how that's like, it's really dark. So I'm just gonna wipe my brush off, pull it up, pull that up. Because I want it to be super, super light. There we go, see? Just wiping my brush off, drying it off, and then you pull that right up. I am using, this is the, I don't know if everyone got the same brush in the box, but this is the brush I got. Velvet Touch Princeton long round, so it looks like this. And that's the only one I've been using this whole time. But it's pretty, what I realize is it's pretty versatile, which is good. I've realized I'm skipping around so much, I've missed this guy's mouth. How much time do we have? Okay, we got a little over 20 minutes. Trying to keep track of time. I probably won't be able to completely finish this one on live, but I'll finish it tonight and I'll definitely be posting it, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to get as far as I can. Yeah, I really like the feel of it because it has like a nice, I don't know how, it's called soft touch, and it's like, it feels velvety almost, the handle. All right, we're gonna go in with purple. Ooh, too much, too much. All right, got his scarf in there. We're actually gonna make these purple. I might change my mind and go back in and make the stems black. I haven't decided yet. And I'm pretty sure I just smeared it. Oh, no, not too bad. If I was smart, I would work left to right since I'm right-handed, and that way I wouldn't smear, but I work how I work. I'm gonna make this purple. It's gonna blend in, but I'm gonna add some texture to that scarf, but I gotta let the ink dry. I'll probably go in with a fine liner and maybe my gel ink pen. All right, let's do add some color to the overalls. I'm gonna try to stay in my lines here. You know what I just realized? I didn't draw his looks like a onesie. It's supposed to be overalls. That's, you know what? We can fix this. He doesn't have the overall straps. I just realized as I'm doing it, I'm like, this looks like he's wearing a onesie. What do I call little floaty critters with the black feet? I don't have names for them yet. In my head, I started calling them I was calling them ghostettes for a period of time. I have to name them though. I don't know what their official name would be. I think they're not gonna have individual names, but they're gonna be like little. I was thinking ghostettes or what was the other one? Thanks, Sarah. I wasn't trying to make a onesie. That wasn't my intention. That's okay though. I think I'm gonna make this purple. Oop, too much. Yeah, I just realized I didn't. It's because my sketch was so messy. I think his little straps of his overalls got lost in the shuffle there with all the lines. All right. Boo spookettes, I like that. That boo babies. All right. Oh, he has a onesie on. I can't handle it. Oh my gosh. My little ghost guys are actually, as Bob Ross would put it, a happy accident. I think that's what he used to say. Because I was just drawing I draw like little ghosts all the time, like little they just look like little commas, and I'm like, what would it look like if I put legs on them? And then that's how these little guys were born. And then I started putting ears on them too, because, you know, why not? Whoops, sorry. Hit that. And so it was just it was a happy accident. I was just like, I wonder what that would look like if I put little feet on them. And now they're making an appearance in every single prompt this month. And there's always 3 of them. That was just a coincidence. It just I just noticed that I kept doing 3 in each piece, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep that going, I guess. Oh, I just stuck my finger in, see? I just stuck my finger in the ink. Yeah, I like odd numbers. That's probably part of the reason why it ended up being 3 every time, because I'm a big fan of odd numbers. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I am. All right. I'm gonna... All right. I want to draw his overalls in so bad. We're gonna try it. All right. So let's see. It's gonna come down like this. Like that. Haha! Overalls. And I'm gonna have a little button there. There we go. They're overalls again. All right. Trying. How much time do I have? I have 15 minutes. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. All right. I'm going to take my lighter color, my really, 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 really diluted down purplish color. Ooh, not if I lay it down like that. And I'm going to do a little bit of shadow on my ghost right here. I'm going to bring it up over there. I'm going to add so I'm just adding a little bit of shadow. Put a little bit on his face right here. A little tiny bit. Oop, out of the lines again. That's okay. So I'm going to show you guys a trick I do. That's one of the last steps I do, but I kind of want to show you before, because I only have like a little less than 15 minutes. So in the box is one of my favorite things during any ink challenge, white gel pen. So when I get out of the lines, which is very often, you can see there, when you look close, there's a lot of spots where I'm out of my lines. So I take this, and it's not foolproof, it's not going to completely erase it, but because I've been doing a lot of white backgrounds to work smart and keep things simple for myself so I can actually finish all the prompts, I take my white gel pen and don't smear everything, and I go in and just lightly go in and cover up usually I just do the really bad out of the line spots. And see. And now it's a little more in the lines. It's not perfect, but we're not going for perfect. But I'm a little messy when I use any kind of wet media, so this is what I do. And it's usually at the end I'll go through, like he's got a little blushy cheek outside of the line there, and I'll just go in and kind of touch it up. Just a little trick of the trade for myself that I do. So just in case you ever want to try it. I mean, if it's super dark, it's kind of hard to cover it up, but if you have a light ink, you can kind of cover up a mistake with this. And that's what I do, because I do not go in the lines, because I am messy. Like I'm going in there and kind of cleaning that up right there. And like that. And right there. All right, I'm going to go back to my shadows, but I just wanted to show you guys that that's something that I do that helps, because like as I said, I make a mess when I use ink. I'm sticking my fingers in the ink by accident. You can see my hand. So something that helps me a little bit. Let's see. We are gonna use some more orange. I keep calling it orange, but it's red. It's technically red. But luckily it's a, in my opinion, kind of an orangey red. So we're gonna go in, and I should have waited because that's bleeding into the shadow I just put on there, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna go in and add a little more, another layer of this to darken that up a little bit. Yes. And try not to smear it. I keep working right to left, and I don't know if that's just because, like, by default I just want to start on the right because I'm right-handed, but I really, if I didn't want to smear it as much, I would start on the left and work my way right, but I am a creature of habit, and I'm not going to change my ways. Not today. I'm just adding another layer there. I'm going to keep these like little leaves that are sticking out a lighter color, because he's like, ooh, see, look what I just did. Oh, that's there for good. That's okay. See, making mistakes on camera. I just hit the whole paper and smeared orange on my ghost. You're seeing it live right here, folks. The messy process. I also want to make these a little darker because you can still see a lot of my smeary pencil that I couldn't quite erase. So I just want to make this a little darker so it's not as obvious. And this is why I don't go in with my white gel pen until the end to like clean up some of my mess, because I end up doing a lot of layers on top of each other. I rarely ever use ink directly out of the bottle, like as is. I usually am mixing colors, or at least diluting it down with water, and then slowly building up darker colors with many, many, many layers. Trying to do less layers with this month with the challenge because I want to work smart and not burn myself out. There we go. I kind of want to make the leaves a little bit darker. Actually, I want to make one of his patches orange. Actually, I think I want to make them both orange. I lied. And I missed a leaf over here. Make his tongue a little bit darker. Because I don't want to make this too light because it's going to be really hard to take a picture of to post. So I don't want this reddish color to be too light. Time to paint more outside the lines. Thank you, Sarah. It is getting there. And this is why I sketch I have my basic sketch done before I start these live streams, because otherwise we would be here for a whole hour of me sketching and probably still not being done with the sketch. Because for me, the sketch process is probably the longest because I erase a million times. Like this one, I redid those pumpkin faces like so many times. I erased it, and I'm surprised I didn't rip the paper with the amount of times I was erasing those faces. And then drawing them again, and then erasing them again. Alright, I think I got all the leaves. I'm gonna make these ones darker. Ooh, pumpkin ice cream with caramel syrup. Whew. All right. I had to take a drink of my water. Let's see, what do we have? We got like 4 minutes. Let's see, what do I want to do? I want to go in and make these a little darker. And this is why my inking process takes so long, because I start really light and then I slowly make everything darker and leave some of it light. And as tedious as that is, I think it's relaxing for me. I like doing it that way. There we go. Now we're getting some contrast. Blend that in a little bit. All right, so I should probably start wrapping this up because we got about 1.5 minutes. Although I feel pretty good about how far I got, considering how long I take. I didn't get ink absolutely everywhere, so I'm going to count that as a win. And so this is what we got. And we're on our way. And I'll finish this up and I'll be posting that on Mix and on Instagram. And I hope you guys had a fun time. Maybe you drew some pumpkins alongside with me. If you did, I'd love to see them. If you post them on Instagram, you can tag me. I love seeing them. Trying to keep up with everything. I try to like stuff as people are tagging me, but be patient with me because there's a lot. But I love seeing it. I love seeing everybody's art every day. I feel like it's even more fun than doing it myself, is seeing everybody's interpretations of my prompts every day. So you guys are awesome. You make the doing this awesome. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me tonight and doing doodling some pumpkins and making a mess. Have fun doing your art. And I will see you again on Thursday for the next live stream. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Have a spooky night. Bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, guys.